You want to hear some stories?
Yeah, you worked the Saturday night's main event and the
Mm-hmm.
evolution.
And the evolution. Yep, yep. Shout out to the Hawks conversion team. So
Yeah.
um we got to do the stack setting the chairs and stuff. So like for the floor seating and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so it was pretty cool that Sunday. And if you was in our Discord, man, I was giving out all the behind the scenes stuff I could
Yeah.
to where I couldn't get in, so I tried to get in trouble, but I did get in trouble. We can get into that story. I did get in trouble,
Oh
so
man.
we can get into that story a little later. But yeah, man, listen, it was a dope experience, especially being a fan.
Yeah.
All the other guys I work with, they're like, "Oh yeah, you like it? You like Red?" Like, yeah, yeah, something I grew up on. And man, I saw Triple H behind the scenes. I saw all the divas when they got ready to do their battle royal. I watched them kind of go over that. I watched Tiffy and Trish Stratus go over their match. Um, I saw the big spot with Io and Rhea. They were going over that spot when I was doing the chairs. It's the thing I got to do
Hmm.
on one of the jobs. So I saw them go over that spot, and that was pretty cool watching, all of that. And we saw LA Knight backstage, went in catering. I went into the classic WWE catering. I wanted to grab some, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna get in trouble. So I saw where they do all the makeup, the wardrobe,
Yeah.
where they had the barbershop, where the creative team, the video team,
Hmm.
they do all the like Instagram, social media stuff. I saw all of that. Crazy. I walked Julia
Hmm.
and Stephanie Valkyrie to the female locker room.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool because I was pushing some chairs back,
Hmm.
and they was like, "Excuse me, which way is the female locker room?" I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
follow me. Come on, come follow me." So I walked them down the hallway and said, "Hey, go that the first door on your left, and you'll be right there." And I said, "Man, I'm a big fan." I said, "We in for a good show tonight?" She was like, "Yep, yes, yes." And that's I could tell she was like broken English, but
Hmm.
and Stephanie Valkyrie, she was on her phone the whole time, just following along.
Yeah.
And because the superstars got the park in Diamond Deck, which is that's like directly next to the building. And so I
Yeah.
think they
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
parked on the second floor. All the employees parked on the third floor, which I park on the third floor, but
Hmm.
I think they got to park on the second or first floor.
Hmm.
So that's one door in, and you're right into the arena. So it was funny. Got the LA Night story. We were taking out the chairs out the boxes because they shipped the chairs probably like 3 days before. So I think what it was Saturday. So the boxes probably all the floor chairs probably got to the arena probably like that Wednesday or Thursday.
Hmm.
So we didn't start taking them out the box because we had a later chair set. The chair set was like around was like two or three in the afternoon to get ready for the big show at like 7 or like whatever time the doors open. I forgot what time the doors open, but we were taking out the Saturday night main event chairs,
Hmm.
and LA Knight walks by us. He goes, "Who's the face on the chair?" And one of the guys was like Goldberg. He's like, "Oh man," he was like, it was funny. He basically made a Goldberg joke. So and then with that morning, we had to set up. I had to move like two or three couches into Goldberg's dressing room.
Really?
I
He had his
did
own
Triple
dressing
H's
room.
drip. Yeah, he had his own dressing room. Jesse the Body
Mm.
Ventura was right next to his. He had his own dressing room.
Really?
Logan Paul had his own dressing room.
Wow.
Jelly Roll had his own dressing room. They put all the talent, like all the wrestlers, they put them down the hall, like they call that the tournament locker rooms when they have like the big like
Yeah.
NCAA games and all that extra stuff. So they put them down there, and they had the females. They had their own locker room too, because that Sunday morning we had to put like 10 extra chairs in the locker room
Hmm.
and stuff like that. And I saw the little cart that Naomi customized, and the little suitcase cart that she got the little.
Hmm.
She had left it over Saturday night when I got there Sunday morning. We had to put the chairs in there, and she was right there. Yeah, all of them walked by me.
Hmm.
Man, I was just sitting there, like I said, stories out the watch. I dapped up Martin Henry
Okay.
on Sunday morning. He walked by, and I was like, "What up, Mr. Henry?" I dapped him. He's like, "What's up, brother?" I was like, "Nothing much," talking
Yeah.
junk. And the funny road. So Saturday, I'm gonna be bouncing off stories. This is the first thing that's
Yeah.
gonna
Go
pop
ahead.
to
Yeah.
me. But uh, Saturday, we was setting up the production meeting room. So, that was
Okay.
Road Dog. He was at the head of the table. And we had to set out some more tables and stuff. So I said, hey, Mr. Road Dog, we in for a good show tonight? He said, you're in for the best effing show of your life. We
Mm.
had all of us laughing. So, Road Dog was in there. And I think that's when I texted you about asking about AEW, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it.
Nah, don't
I
do
ain't gonna do it. I wanted
that.
to. I really did, but I didn't. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. And then I saw Sunday. I saw Mariah Maybach or Blake Monroe, everyone or whatever her name
Yeah,
is now. I
yeah.
saw her backstage. I saw all of them. I saw all of them, like I said, set up for matches and stuff. And then the only I was mad, I missed Jade and Bianca. I think
Mm-hmm.
they came later on Saturday, and
Mm-hmm.
then I missed them when they came in on Sunday. But I saw them as they got to the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and so then like Sunday, which was a cool little tidbit that I noticed on Sunday when they were doing the battle royal, everybody, all the females came out there, and one of the guys I work with, he ain't never seen Lash Legends before. It was funny. He's like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
He's like, "What? She carrying a wagon?" I said, "Yeah, she played." I said, "Yeah, she played at Westlake High School, and she went to Texas A&M for basketball." He's like, "Dog."
Yeah.
He's like, "God, dog." I was like, "Yeah, she packing." And then I was like, I had showed her Jada. I showed him Jada Parker. He was like, "Oh my, who is that?" I said, "Yeah, that's who I'm here for." I said, "That's who I'm here for." So, but the crazy little thing, the crazy thing that I noticed was like Nia Jax did a good job of like rounding everybody up, and
Mm-hmm.
like everybody started getting into whatever they were going over on the match. So that was one thing that I was noticing while I was still, working at the same time because I was trying to be like nosy, but then like not be nosy at the same time. So I was sneaking pictures in when I could and when I couldn't. But it was cool just to see that whole process of how I guess everybody was going over the individual spots, I would assume. And cause they never really said who was gonna be like the last two because we was in and out of moving stuff around. So I was just trying to pay attention. But yeah, it was crazy. It was like I said, it was a dope experience being able to see all the stuff behind the scenes. And then the other crazy one was, so I was walking back through Gorilla and I saw like Paul Heyman getting his makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I saw him getting his makeup done. I saw Bruce Pritchard. I saw what's his name, Michael P.S. Hayes in them big old suits he be wearing,
Mm-hmm.
and Jimmy Uso on Saturday. I know I'm gonna bounce around the stories, but Jimmy Uso walked by me down the Players Hall, the Hawks Players Hall,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, I just did a head nod. I ain't even say nothing. I just did like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What's up, brother?" So I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, snap!" Jimmy Uso saying something to me. So I
Mm-hmm.
missed like, and then whoever they just added to the bloodline, that Joker walked by me. I was like, "Oh my god, this dude is huge." And then one
Higalelu.
thing, Halo,
I
yeah,
forgot
him,
his new name, but if you
me
see him
too,
in New
yeah.
Japan, it's Higalelu.
Yeah, he walked by me and I'm like, God, dog that dude. And then, like I
Yeah.
said, they did have Jelly Roll in there. I guess I'm about stories, but Jelly Roll was in there like training on Saturday to get um himself familiar, and he was training with that dude from the Bloodline. And
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Cobb walked by me, a little stocky self.
Yeah.
I'm taller than him. He walked by like, God, dog.
Yeah.
Then
Jeff
Braun
Cobb
Breaker, that
short.
Joker walked by. Yeah, he's real short. And then Braun Breaker walked by me. I said, God, dog. He had on like a jersey and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he coming out the jersey. I'm like,
Yeah.
golly. And it was funny. And I tried to get back down to the practice court because that's where they did all the wardrobe and makeup and stuff. So I would just kind of act like that was one thing I was happy about. I was with the pass that I had, I was usually they won't let you go certain places either. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were just like, once you got to show your ID, you're good. But like Natty walked by me, Rhea Ripley walked by me like twice. I even saw what's her name's daughter. I saw Alexa Bliss's daughter in the loading dock when everybody was coming in from the loading dock. The Seth Rollins stories were crazy. So Sunday I was walking back through the back and I saw Kevin Owens. I think that's when I sent you that picture of Kevin Owens. So
Mm-hmm.
like right after that picture, I turned my head and I started walking to go back around to get to where I needed to get to. Then that's when I saw Seth Rollins in his crutches. And he had a big old knee brace on. He was walking. He walking by me. One of the WWE guys was with him, and like it was like a tight little space because they had all the stuff in the way. And I looked at him. It's like we played a game of chicken. I looked at him. He looked at me, and I had my phone in my hand like this, and I just
Mm,
put my phone right in my pocket. I
mm,
said, I ain't getting in
yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
And
Did the right thing.
I moved right out the way. Yep, and let him walk right beside me. I said, nah, I ain't finna I'm not getting in no trouble this time. I said,
Now,
nah. I learned my
speaking of that,
lesson.
some people say the whole thing was a planned spot. Like they're gonna fake his
Right.
injury. He gonna come back and cash in. Some people saying it's real. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah, that's when I saw when Meltzer reported that, I was like, I don't know. I know what I
well,
saw.
no, it
That
was
Joker.
what was his name? Mike Johnson, I believe. He the
Uh-huh.
one that came out with it first. He said somebody told him about it,
Okay.
like that Wednesday or Thursday,
Okay.
that this is what they was gonna do. And
All
then that's
right.
when everybody else had their own stories. But allegedly,
Gotcha.
that was a planned setup. They're telling
So it was
everybody, oh,
basically like what they did for Naomi, they would have did it for Seth.
something like that. Basically, they're
Yeah.
saying, oh, Seth, he gonna be out for who knows when he come back.
Mm-hmm.
But they saying he gonna
Right.
come back and cash in to make it, be a big surprise or whatever. Allegedly,
Right.
allegedly.
Right.
So,
Like I
but
said, I just know Saturday he got hurt because by the time I left, I know that because I had to turn around work Sunday. So I said, I'm gonna get out here when I can. I stay here a little bit. And on Saturday night and main event, a lot of people was mad. I know somebody that went to the show. They stayed for the whole show. Well, they went to both shows and they liked Evolution over Saturday night main event. That was
yeah,
pretty telling of.
that show was terrible.
Yeah,
That show
they
was
a lot of
terrible.
people didn't like it.
That show
Yeah,
was
and I
terrible.
was trying to explain to the people that I work with. They was like, "Why do they do this all?" I said, "Man, because they were trying to be counter programming the AEW. They did. I had to break it down. That it was AEW, but they was like, okay, it did seem like that because, like you said, for people that thought it wasn't completely sold out Saturday night main event, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean it was a great crowd. It really
Yeah,
was. But
yeah,
there
yeah.
was gaps, and they had sections blocked off where you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't sit, and they had gaps in between seats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, it was on camera side. It wasn't opposite the camera because they
Mm-hmm.
want opposite of the camera to look full. But
Mm-hmm.
and then Sunday, like I said, we had to. I sent that on that little schedule that they had to tape up the we had to tape off the we had to drop the curtains for the 200 level
Mm-hmm.
because they wasn't selling tickets, but that one little section started to sell out, so they only opened up the 200 section for that one section. But a lot of people got relocated because like where I sat at my little spot, I had like three or four people that was right over there was like we got moved down. And so what they ended up having to do was if their tickets was sold, they bought them early and it was in that 200 section, they got closed off. They had to go to guest services
Mm-hmm.
and go get a relocation ticket. So they all got moved back down. So
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to see how it looked on TV, how the crowd looked on TV, but I know the lower bowl was all pretty much all shut off except for that one section.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got your relocation tickets, then they moved you down to the 100 level because they really only sold a 100 level
Yeah,
uh
I think they
event.
moved everybody to fill all that in for TV. Allegedly, they talking
Hmm.
about they sold 8,000. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, unless the lower bowl was 7 to 8,000, then I have to look up the numbers. I have to ask somebody in the arena that know the
Yeah.
numbers like that because and then a lot of people, like I said, a lot of the full time people that work got tickets. That's how I got three extra tickets because the full time people that I work with they got tickets. So they got like
Mm.
one person got like four tickets. So I know they was giving out the more.
Yeah, I think they gave
They was
out.
giving out comp tickets to the
Yeah, yeah.
full time employees at the arena.
That
So
that's probably where
that
that
work
number
at the
came
arena.
from. They gave out like comp tickets. That's probably where that number came from.
Yeah, because they did. They gave out. That's like I said. I was able to get some extra tickets.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so the story I'll tell you. So man, I'm telling you, boy, WWE don't play, boy. They do not play. When them jokers are rehearsing they stuff, they
Mm.
do not play.
Yeah.
So I was doing it. I was doing a job, doing my job, and someone just said, "Pull out your phone. Maybe you could probably zoom in on the ring." Man, the security was sitting at the floor. I'm at the top of the lower bowl. And if you ever been in State Farm Arena, you
Mm-hmm.
know that lower bowl is where you can walk around or whatever. I'm up top right there. Them jokers shine a light on me.
Oh
Say,
yeah.
hey, no phones, no phones. Boy, I
Yeah.
dropped that phone so
Yeah, they don't play that.
that video was 1 second, bro. It was
Yeah.
a 1 second video. Because I said, whoop, whoop, and I had to drop it right back down. So they was like, yeah, you can't. You said you gotta leave, you gotta leave. I said, well, I work here, I'm doing my job. They was like, nah, just come back and then you can finish. I was pretty much finished with what I had to do.
Yeah.
So They was like, nah, just come back, just come back. So Sunday I had to turn around, do the same job.
Mm,
So I went straight up to the WWE security this time. I said, excuse me, I work here. I got to do the chairs for top of the lower bowl. They was like, you're fine. Just don't pull your phone out. And I don't
mm-hmm.
know if they remember me from
Yeah, yeah,
yesterday,
yeah.
but because I went to another guy, not the same guy that
Right.
pointed me out, but I went to another guy. He's like, yeah, you're good. You just don't pull your phone out. So then that's when I was doing the lower bowl on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I stayed around long enough. And I meant to tell the group that Bianca was coming because they play her music, and I was like, oh yeah, because she hadn't showed up like all day.
Mm,
Then when I saw them play their music, I said, oh, they're gonna be she's coming back to do
mm-hmm.
something on Sunday, which ended up being be the referee because her finger's still messed up. So I
Mm-hmm.
think they're still waiting for that to heal. So, but yeah, it was cool. And then like when I was I had gave tickets, the 3 tickets extra ones I had, I gave them to this one girl I knew. Her niece really wanted to see Rhea Ripley real bad, and Rhea Ripley is real nice in person
Mm-hmm.
because I was pushing this cart and all I said was excuse me. She's oh I'm sorry I'm in your way. I said no problem no I'm in your way. So
Mm.
she was real nice. So that but she's not that tall. I guess she'd be wrestling folks shorter than her. Like Jillia's not that tall.
Yeah, they
Stephanie
all short. They're
Valkyria's
like
not that
five
tall.
two,
Oscar's
five
yeah
three.
short. Yeah, I'm looking like dang. I'm really the TV make a difference.
Yeah, I think.
And the only ones I was mad I missed was Jade and Bianca. I was mad I didn't get a chance to see them. I was like before they came out, so that was the only thing I was mad. They was already in the ring going over
Yeah,
stuff. By the time I saw them, I didn't get a chance to like walk by them
right, right.
and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I didn't realize, dang, these jokers like Braun Breaker really not that tall. LA Knight wasn't. I'm about the same height as a lot of these guys, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Randy was tall. Randy was tall. I
Oh
ain't
yeah,
gonna lie. I
Randy's
saw
six
him in the
five.
distance.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy was tall. I saw him in the distance. I didn't get a chance to like walk by him, but I saw him standing in the distance. So it was pretty cool. They were all like in this little conjoined area where I was like, man, I was just over there. I need to
Mm-hmm.
hurry up and get back over there. So I was just playing it cool. Like
Yeah.
I said, I had my badge, I had my confidence on, so I just kept walking like I meant somewhere. So but one other crazy story was when Seth was talking, he was talking to I think he was talking to Nikki, Bella, and Mariah May. And Mariah May was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for," and one of the like PAs or somebody that they knew they made a joke, and then Seth just like, "Shut the f up" or something like that because basically talking about him getting hurt,
Mm,
and so that was pretty good. Like I said, just being the ear, keeping my eyes open, ears open,
mm-hmm.
listening and seeing what people was talking about. So that was the coolest thing.
So
But that,
so
those are
so
it was a good experience.
nobody said anything about AEW in the back. Nobody.
Nobody said.
Wow.
Not that I
Okay.
could not that I could think of. Not yeah. They was all concentrated
Wow.
on what they was
Wow.
what they was their task was. I
Maybe in
didn't
the
hear anything.
creative
I
room.
wanted to say, I wanted to say something to Road Dogg so bad, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't
You
not
know
gonna
he was
say
gonna
it.
say something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I just knew if I could have said something to
Wow.
him. But it was a good experience, man. Seeing behind the scenes, and when I was giving my friend those tickets, and her niece really wanted to go, I had met them at their seats, and so I said, y'all want to know a secret? There was a whole bunch of other people sitting around, like because the show
Mm-hmm.
hadn't started yet, and they was like, oh yeah, we want to know, we want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I pointed to the spot where Rhea jumped off of. I said, or EO jumped up. I said, they're doing a spot right there. I said, I watched them go over. I watched them go over in
Mm-hmm.
rehearsal. They was like, who did it? Who is it? Who is it? I said, I ain't gonna tell you all that. I'm gonna keep it a little kayfabe. Because the one dude looked at me, he was like, you better not say who it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I said, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all just enjoy the show. So then as I had already left and I was still watching it on my phone. So I texted my friend, I was like, yeah, here come the spot. Once they
Mm-hmm.
worked outside the ring, I said, oh yeah, the spot coming up. And she's like, "Yep, you called us." I know I watched them
Yeah.
jokers go over the spot. So, and the other thing, so Bernard had sent us. Shout out to my guy Leon Ruff, and I saw him on Sunday. He came on Sunday. He didn't come Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
but so they switched the match around. Originally, they had Naomi. It was supposed to be Naomi and Jade kick off the match sheet that Bernard posted in our Discord. They flipped 2 matches around. They put the triple threat on first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Naomi in the match it took it place of them. So that's where the switch was. That was the only difference that they did for Evolution. So
Mm-hmm.
and that's another reason why I left Evolution early because Beyonce was right across the street, and I
Yeah.
said I need to hurry up and get home for that
Oh yeah,
traffic.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I was not gonna play with that Beyonce traffic. I said no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. So I knew that lesson. But yeah, it was pretty dope. It was a fun experience, and so I'm still now trying to. We got a couple chairs left. We got a couple chairs back left in the warehouse that we had in North Storage, and I'm trying my best to try to
Trying
take one
trying
home.
to get one,
I'm
yeah.
trying to yeah, I'll try my best to take one home. I got opportunity to take one of the two home, so I said I don't care which one it is. I do want to try to take one of the chairs from this past weekend home because they had a whole VIP row for people, I guess, that are just they get invited to the thing. They didn't even take them. Like they just
Mm-hmm.
left them there, and we had
Mm.
a whole cart full of chairs. And then the
Is that the
WWE
area?
people came.
Is that the area where Two Chains
Yep.
and Lil
Uh-huh.
Yachty, the same people that they have every time that they come to Atlanta,
Yep.
the same
Yep.
people.
That it was that row. It was that row, and then there's a row. It's like either one or two rows on camera side, like the same side as the
Yeah.
camera, that they bring all their friends in and sit right
Yep.
there, and they get that little VIP
Metro
row. It was those
Boomin.
two rows. Yeah, it was those three rows that the row behind the commentators that they
Yeah.
usually have people sit, and then there's one behind the on camera side where they have people sit like underneath basically the camera. So that's what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like two rows of chairs. Then what we ended up having to do was pack them up, and WWE really wanted them real bad, and they shipped them off. So I was like, dang, because that's where that one we were all gonna get one if they would have
Mm-hmm.
let us keep those. But the event manager said, "Nah, you got to bring all the other chairs that you have, bring them bring them over to us. So we got because we got to send them back." And then
Mm-hmm.
another cool thing that they did, I was on lunch break Monday morning after the weekend. They had the superstore in the CNN Center, and boy, they was taxing for them belts. But the cheapest belt was 500,
Mm.
and the most expensive one was 750 or 800. And I know they had a Falcons and Braves one. No, they had a UGA and a Falcons one. Those were both like 750. No, yeah, they was like 650.
Really?
And then they had the work.
Man.
Yeah, they were 650. That's what I said.
Oh
The
yeah.
WCW, the big.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, the big plate, the WCW World Heavyweight Title. That was the cheapest one at 500.
Okay.
Everyone else was above. Was they had the Smoking Skull one? They had the old. They had the Winged Eagle. That one was like 800. I was like, golly. I said $800. That's gonna get up and go to work with me every day. I'm sorry. That's $800 I paid for this, bro. It's getting up going to work with me every single day. And but the other cool, but so that Monday after they had a big old pallet. I saw two people taking a big old pallet full of the T-shirts, and so which was pretty cool. They donated to a former organization I used to work with, the Boys and Girls Club Metro Atlanta. So they all the leftover shirts that didn't get sold from that CNN Superstore at the old CNN, they donated them all to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta. So that was pretty cool. They had a big old pallet full of T-shirts, and I was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who all gonna get some. So I heard talk to some people in the organization. They said some of their clubs got some of them shirts because it was a big old pallet full of t-shirts that they didn't get sold. So that was pretty cool that
Mm-hmm.
they got to do that. But overall, it was a great experience. I'm definitely gonna do it again if they come back. And I got
Oh yeah.
lucky that it lined up like this to be able uh to do something like that.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend. Somebody
It was
that did enjoy it was Goldberg because he said he ain't enjoyed none of
boy.
that, and
I
I
know
agree with
he
him.
said.
It was they basically just did that to counter program AEW. I feel the way too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it, it got announced with like 3-4 weeks ago, and they all of a sudden, oh, Goldberg last match on Sunday, the same day as All In. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
you got to have some kind of respect for the guy. And you know, he made it known. He
Exactly.
made it known this week that he wasn't happy about
I
that.
saw that.
If you watch it on
Yeah.
TV, they was cutting the commercial every like going to a lot of
You
commercial
can't play
breaks.
with NBC, bro. That was prime time television. And
Uh,
they gonna stay close to the whistle. You cannot touch, they can't go over a second.
he started his speech and they cut it off because they had to
Yep.
get to the 10 o'clock news. NBC don't play, man.
They
But
they they hit him with a commercial break, like you said, within like I looked up at the time, it was like 6:57. They hit him with a quick commercial break. I was
yep,
like, dang.
yep.
And then he just standing in the ring. And what was funny, so another funny story, I'm glad you said it. So Ernest the Cat Miller, I didn't know he was gonna appear on TV, but
Mm-hmm.
he saw my badge too. I was walking around the corner. He's like, sir, where the because for some reason it was hot in that arena
Mm.
Saturdays. I don't know what it was about State Farm. They turned the air on or whatever it was, but it was hot for some odd reason. So I said, come follow me. You got to stand in between the breezeway of the lower bowl where you walk out of the tunnels and stuff. He stood. He's like, man, that's what I'm talking about. It do feel good. I'm like, good old Ernest the Cat, bro.
Ernest
I'm
the
like,
cat.
boy, that's what's up. Ernest
Yeah.
the Cat Miller. That just was dope. I ain't
Yeah.
realized him and Goldberg was cool like that. I had no clue
Yeah, I
that
think
him and Goldberg was
all the
cool.
old WCW guys they still keep in touch, like Glacier, Ernest the
Yeah.
Cat,
Yeah.
uh, DDP. I think they
He
all
got the
still.
loudest. He had got the loudest ovation when he walked to his seat
Yeah,
on Saturday, and I know on Sunday Stephanie Valkyrie got the loudest. She got the loudest pop of the night for anybody.
yeah.
When
She's
she came
popular.
out during that battle royal, yeah,
She's
she's
popular.
definitely popular. She got the loudest. And what was funny, so on Saturday night main event, when they knocked on that door, the dude, I forgot his name, the old WCW dude,
Doug
when
Dillinger.
he knocked on the Doug Dillinger like he used to do. What was funny, I was like, man, I just put that ain't his that was not his what's his name, his office. I had put just put two couches in there earlier this
Yeah,
morning. That was not his dressing room.
yeah,
And what happened was that room that they came out of, that was like a production assistant room.
yeah.
So they just took all the stuff down
Right,
because they
right.
have all the PAs that run around and go shoot on locations to do all the B-roll and stuff. So they was like, well, let's just move it out here because it's easier walk for him to
Right.
come out to the ring and get to Gorilla that way. So it was smart that they did it like that. So it was funny. But I was looking at that on TV when I got home. I said, wait, that ain't his dressing room. I literally put two couches in his dressing room earlier this morning.
Yeah,
But it was funny.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel Goldberg. I mean, they didn't put no time or effort into it
Yeah.
because basically it was just a counter production to AEW. Everybody thought that was going to be the first match of the night, but it's a rumor that they said Tony Khan originally he didn't want to go head to head. Then he said, you know what? Let's let the main event go a little longer. So he bleeded into Saturday night's main event. Cause All In didn't go out till like almost 8:30. I'm like, man, this a long
Yeah, because they
show.
was like 5 hours. Yeah, they went about 5 hours long,
Yeah.
full of
I said, get him, Tony. Yeah, do that, man.
full of wrestling. And I had a feeling so because they were talking like backstage, you could hear people like rumbling and like the PA people talking. And I honestly thought that was gonna be the first match too. But then when I realized that, it was later, I was like, okay, yeah, that's not
I
the
bet
first
they were
match.
talking about
'Cause I
AEW
think they
then.
moved it. They moved it, yeah, they moved some stuff around.
Yeah,
And I think that's why I ended up getting because so Goldberg could have that time to talk. And I
yeah,
think that's why they moved it to the end because like I said, it was really it was only four matches, right? Because
yeah.
it was Drew and who kicked it off? Was it Drew and
Drew and
Randy
Randy, yeah.
that kicked it off. Then it was it Jimmy and Solo,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Seth and LA Knight.
uh at the LA Knight because I
Yep.
had left. I had as soon as LA Knight, as soon as Seth hit the ring, I just want to hear everybody say, "Oh, I'll do the intro." As soon as
Mm-hmm.
he touched the ring, I started leaving, and I got home. And
Mm-hmm.
by the time I got home, I saw the clip of LA. Y'all talking about LA Knight Seth got hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think after that was Goldberg and Gunther, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because there wasn't
that
nothing
was
else
it.
in between that, right? So it
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
four
it.
matches, yeah. So
Horrible show.
that was
Horrible
yeah.
show.
Cause people thought Roman was coming too. There was some rumbles, but I didn't. I was like, nah, I ain't see no cards or nothing like. They wasn't talking about anybody else coming, so I had a feeling he wasn't gonna come till about Birmingham, like how they said it. But because it just didn't look like anybody else was coming. Because Jay wasn't even backstage. I don't think Jay was there.
Hmm.
Who else? CM Punk wasn't there because I didn't see him. Cena, of course, wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? Who else? When Roman wasn't backstage. I'm trying to think of who all I saw. That was it. Yeah, I just those heavy hitters wasn't there.
Right.
Cody was there. Cody was backstage because I saw him sitting in
Yeah,
the loading dock.
he came out during the Goldberg speech. This is what they didn't
Yeah,
show
I
on
was say
TV.
he
He
was
came out
there.
for that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say he because I saw him sitting in not in catering but at the loading dock. He was sitting in the chair. So Cody was there. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like I said I didn't know if he was gonna show his face or not, but that he was.
Yeah, he came out
And
at the
then like I
very
said,
end where people was leaving and like, man, why y'all doing
yeah,
Goldberg like this, man? Like, come
yeah.
on, man.
And somebody said Bret Hart over there smiling.
Yeah,
Bret
said
Hart,
Bret Hart. He
Bret
the
Hart
one
over
that
there
cut. He
smiling.
the one that cut the commercial. Cut.
So NBC to cut the commercial.
Yeah, Goldberg was hot, boy.
Cut the commercial. Yeah, I can just say like it did. It is kind of. I ain't gonna say the tables are turning, but it is making it look like that WWE slash TKO is being a big bad bully,
Well, they say
and
they're
it's
not gonna
just looking
stop. They say they're
like
gonna keep doing
yeah. And that's why I said it's changing some people's perspective.
it. Mm-hmm.
Um, some people are flipping. It may not be the majority, but hey, you got to start somewhere. So
Did anybody watch the Great American Bash that
I know
Saturday?
I did. I could, yeah, I
Like
couldn't.
why?
I know
Why
I
would y'all
didn't.
do that? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
at center
And I saw
stage.
people complaining.
At center
And
stage.
people
Like
were
come on.
complaining about the ticket price at center stage too.
Like why?
That's what
Like
I missed too. Shawn Michaels. I didn't get a chance to see him backstage on Sunday. That's what I missed. I was trying to find him, but couldn't find him. But go ahead.
yeah, but like
Yeah, I
why
don't
would
know
y'all?
why they was taxing.
I'm just
I
saying why you
don't.
put the show on in the first place. Like
Right.
I don't
Because
even know.
did you ever hear that rumor? It
Huh?
was supposed to be the week before in Connecticut. It was supposed to be the weekend before, but then they moved it
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yep,
the past
yep.
weekend. Because it was supposed to be
It's supposed to be
that
evolution.
4th of July weekend. Yeah,
Yep.
it's supposed to be 4th of July weekend in the Mohican Sun up there in Connecticut, but then
So
they moved it
just
down
because y'all want
here.
to prove a point, y'all put these women in a bad spot. Ended up turning out to be all right. You know, it was
Yeah.
pretty good show, but still, man, like
And I think you had to have a moment like that. You had to have a cash in like that to make the show,
mm-hmm,
better. Because some
mm-hmm,
people, like I said, the buddy I gave my tickets to the Sun, she said, "Oh, I like Sunday better than Saturday."
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
they enjoyed Sunday more than they did Saturday. So
mm-hmm. Yep.
and so did you hear the other rumor flipping around some of the WWE stories? Did you hear the rumor that Triple H was throwing shots at Travis Scott, and
Mm,
that's kind of why Jelly Roll is essentially taking Travis Scott's spot. That's the
really?
rumor mill. Yeah, so because Travis Scott was supposed to be at SummerSlam, and I guess he either, how he get is within the moment with not the moment, and
Oh man.
he said he was. Remember, he said at one point he said he was training to wrestle, and I guess that whole when Triple H said we don't have folks taking it serious, and Jelly Roll wants to take it serious, so
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
so
yeah,
that's kind of referring
that's
to
probably true.
Travis Scott, and yeah, yeah,
That's
that's
probably true.
referring to Travis Scott indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
That he kind of just balked at it, or just probably didn't even call him back and said, or just told him straight up, I don't want to do it no more. So that's kind of why they went with the Jelly Roll
Telling
and
you,
Logan
there's something
Paul.
going on with the Rock and Triple H. I don't know what's
Mm.
gonna come out. Something going on, man.
We gonna find out on that.
Something.
We gonna find out on that Netflix series. We gonna find out in the Netflix series, I
No, he
guess.
ain't. That ain't no real behind the scene. That ain't real. They done fooled everybody, man. That ain't no. Oh, we gonna give
They
you
said
not.
it's they said it's Hard Knocks. Yeah, they said it's the Hard Knocks
Nah, they showing
of
you what they want you
WWE.
to see. That ain't no real
That's
behind
also
the.
true too.
Yeah,
That's also true too. That is
yeah,
also true too.
yeah.
And that's one thing I learned by watching them behind the scenes, that I can really see why information gets leaked out, and it's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how information gets leaked out because they have so many chefs in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can see where something can get out, and I can see how you could persuade one of these, because they had the PAs that they had. They all looked
Mm-hmm.
like they were like fresh out of college,
Mm-hmm.
preppy guys, preppy white guys. Hate to say it, preppy white guys. It was some brothers. I was proud. There was some
Mm-hmm.
brothers in the PA spots that I remember seeing from like when they came in NXT and stuff. I can see
Mm-hmm.
they moved up the ranks. So I was like, that's what's up. But I can see how information can get leaked out as much as they say they don't want it to. But I could just see how, of course, you're not gonna tell everybody everything, but you know, I can see how information gets passed along because there's so many
Mm-hmm.
chefs in the kitchen. You gotta go to 2 to 3 people, and I did see people handing people stuff. So
Yeah.
I saw all of that, and I was like, okay, those are those are true. Those are the little rumors we used to always hear for years about how they do things and this, that, and the other. And I did see like they would be an agent would be with the wrestlers when it's time to go over matches.
Mm-hmm.
They help discuss some things. And one interesting tidbit I saw when Trish and Tiffy were rehearsing their stuff, during rehearsals or whatever you want to call it, but Tiffy did not want to be like she was being real complimentary and like didn't really want to hurt, Trish
Mm-hmm.
because like you don't want to hurt the OG.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got kind of got serious as the in the real when the match went on. I was like, oh yeah, something switched on because it's like now she's being a little bit more physical than what she was when they was going over some of the spots and things that they wanted to do. So
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of one you respect your elders, respect the OGs and then you kind of go from it from there. So it's just those little things that you always hear and you kind of see it, from yourself. But like you said, they're a well-oiled machine, man. They don't
Oh
play.
yeah. Yeah.
They don't play about time. They don't play about nothing. They get you in, get you out. They stay on course. So I ain't mad at it.
Yep. It said that the counter programming is going to continue. The next one is going to be
Philly,
for
right? In the Philly one.
Forbidden Door. Forbidden
Okay.
Door is in London, and they're going to do a Great American Bash that same day. So
Mm.
yeah. So
Because ain't something coming up with this residency that they got that
well,
AEW don't they have a
at,
residency?
at first they were going to do it at the ECW arena, but they canceled that. They're doing the show
Oh,
a week
okay,
before in Philly at another venue. So
gotcha.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
bet. I was wondering
yeah,
how they
man.
do it. So
I think
I don't know what
I
how
think it's
you.
corny, man.
I was about to say what's
It's
your
corny,
perspective on
man.
it?
Like, and then people are starting to notice, like, why y'all doing this, man? Like,
Yeah,
cause All In, man,
just turning some heads.
All In was a great show, man. That's
Yeah,
AEW showed out, man. That was a
because that's what I was. So in between my times walking in and out, I had my iPad
yeah,
in the break room that we had. So I was watching it, and even when I was walking around, I would have it on my phone and kind
yeah,
of look down
yeah.
and look up.
Uh-huh.
And so I was in and out. I would lose connection because I would be walking out
Mm,
places going from the Wi-Fi and off of Wi-Fi. So I lose connection. So I was in and out. But then that Sunday, I went back and watched some stuff that morning.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like the trajectory um of where it's going. What we thinking about the reset? It's essentially the reset like WWE had when Cody won it. What we thinking in the AEW
Mm,
reset?
so far so good. I think they're probably gonna run another Moxley Hangman match because they still the Death Rider still been wrecking
Yeah,
havoc. They choked out Colt Cabana last night.
I saw that. Yeah, I
So
saw that.
they're probably gonna have another match, and then MJF he won the Casino Battle Royal, so he can
Royal.
cash in his thing anytime he
Yeah.
wants. So he pretty much saying, "Yeah, Hangman, I'm coming after you." So
Yep.
um, Dustin Rhodes won the TNT title
That was a lifetime achievement award because he had never won a singles title.
because everybody thought Kyle Fletcher was gonna win. So
I sure thought Kyle Fletcher was gonna win it.
so they
I
pulled
sure
a fast
did.
one, and everybody said, "Nah, just
Yep.
yeah, you gonna have to wait and
Yep.
look at the story." So Kyle Fletcher probably gonna end up getting that.
Which
Adam
was
Cole,
smart because you can always put on Kyle Fletcher.
yeah, Adam Cole, man, he hurt
He
again,
can't catch a
man.
break.
I think they're
Yeah.
saying concussion.
Concussions are yeah.
It's no real report, but they saying concussion, and
All right.
they saying he was ready to retire.
That's what I read that
Man,
too.
that's rough, man. That's
He
rough.
can't yeah, he can't catch a break. Yeah. He
Um,
can't catch a break.
they said Kenny Omega he taking some time off. He lost to Okada for
Makes
the
sense. I
unified
saw that.
title.
Yeah.
That was a pretty
See,
pretty
I
good.
thought it was gonna make it one belt. Now I saw him we walking with like three belts essentially.
Well, they doing the same thing when Roman beat Brock, and they had the undisputed title, and Heyman was holding the other two. Don Callis is basically doing the same thing. I don't mind that. That's cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They say Will Ospreay say he hurt, so he gonna be out.
I did see that. Yeah, I did. That's why he I forgot the angle they said on Dynamite that they basically beat him up or something like Death Riders got a hold of him.
Yeah, he
It
came
looked like
out.
they did like an injury angle.
He came out during the Hangman match. It was like
Yeah.
all the baby faces came out and helped out. He came out, and then they jumped on him and put a chair on his neck and stomped on it, so he gonna be out.
Okay, that was the injury angle. Gotcha.
That Young Bucks Osprey Swerve match, man.
That was good. I watched that one too. Yeah, that was good.
Y'all can keep hating
That
on the
was
Young
good.
Bucks. You keep hating on them, man. Just look at their catalog, man.
Yeah.
Look at their catalog, man. So they
I love
lost.
the entrance, the Founding Fathers when they came out
Yeah,
on the boat, and I love that entrance they
that little
did.
thing that they wrote on there, it broke. If you notice that it broke, they were trying to make it keep going, but they played it off. It broke though. But
I was wondering, I was like, something had that looked like it had
yeah,
broke.
it broke. But so they lost. They not the EVPs no more, and
Right.
so they came out during Dynamite and they changed their whole entrance and
I
they
saw
changed
that.
all that.
Yeah,
That was funny, man.
I saw that. Yeah, that had me roll. It went straight to black, and then like their
Yeah,
names came up in like chalk writing. It
yeah,
was yeah, that was funny. Then they had to get dressed in the hallway. I saw
yeah,
that segment. That was pretty funny.
yep,
And then I saw when it looks like they're going Swerve and Okada now.
yep, yep,
Because when Swerve came out
yep,
and he called Okada called him a bitch, and
yep.
then he came out with the suit. But he didn't he say I'm not an EVP?
Yeah,
I thought that's what I
a
heard
lot of
Swerve
people
say.
online. Also, they're the EVP. No, they're not. The Young Bucks lost their EVPs,
Yeah,
which they needed to get rid of that
yeah,
whole storyline. So yeah, they done with
yeah.
that. So
Because at first I thought it said on the website that it had EVPs under him and Will Ospreay's name, but I
yeah,
don't know if that was somebody that just
yeah,
changed it on the internet or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Athena, she won the women's gauntlet, so
Yep,
she coming after Tony Storm. A lot of people been waiting
yep,
on Athena to be on the
yep.
main show. Um, Tony and Mercedes, that match was that was a good match.
That was a good match too. Yep,
Tony Storm, man,
yeah,
she great. She great in the ring, great character.
yeah.
And
I
Mercedes,
think it's
man.
gonna be the hardest part is trying to get somebody to legitimately be up there with her. Because it would have been her and Mariah May. They probably would have been. They would have ran it back if she
Probably.
would have stayed. I think that's what they were saying. And I do wish that Tony could find a way to build one more. There needs to be one more other star, and they're there. They just
Mm-hmm.
got to give them time
Mm-hmm.
to get up there. So,
Yeah.
because I love me some Chris Statlander.
Yeah,
I
stat,
fox
yeah.
with
Yeah.
I fox with Statlander. I fox with Willow, Queen Aminata.
I, yeah,
I
she
mess with
dope
her
too.
too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I fox with her too. So they got they got people in that spot. And I like the Willow and Chris Statlander rivalry. I can watch that,
Mm-hmm.
all day. Them
Mm-hmm.
two go at it.
Mm-hmm.
So and then even Megan Bain as a powerhouse,
That's
as
who
a
I
female
picked.
powerhouse. I like,
Man, she
yeah,
alright.
I like her too.
That's who
Yeah,
I
I like her
picked,
as a
man.
female powerhouse. So they got something there. And like they said, they do need a little bit more time because it do seem like they get put in some of those random matches predicaments. So where it's not
Mm-hmm.
really a clear cut, a cream rises to the top. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see.
We seen Adam Copeland come back to save Christian. So
Yeah.
down the
It's
line they
probably gonna
go
be them tagging, right?
yeah, down the
Yeah.
line they gonna make up,
Yeah.
have a match against FTR.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was just about to say. It's got to be with FTR,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because FTR
Edge and Christian reunion.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They beat up. Yeah.
Um the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know who gonna beat them. They just man, they running over everybody, man.
They are. They are. They really are.
Oh
They
man.
did a good job, like the collision. I mean, the Dynamite before
Mm-hmm.
making them, making Mike and Speedball and what's the other dude name? What's the black guy's name? Is I don't know. Dang, I forgot his
Uh
name. That fast.
yeah, you made me forget. Is it Kevin
I
Knight?
know, my mind. Yeah, Kevin Knight.
Yeah,
Uh, so they made them, look pretty strong.
yeah.
The last Dynamite before All In. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, we'll see where that goes. But I don't like I said, everybody likes to take a shot at Bobby Lashley because he's this big powerhouse and he just has the tag titles. But at least he's in a position of something because we all know if he was in WWE, he'd be in the back of somebody's line.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know this. We know we can say that wherever he is on this side,
Mm-hmm.
we know where he would be on the other side.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know exactly where he would
He's
be.
doing something now. Like, like come on, him and
Yeah,
Shelton, they actually doing something.
exactly. Because we know where Shelton would have been under where Carlito was doing. He'd have been underneath that. So what I'm saying,
Man.
and there's no way, respectfully, I don't think Shelton would have been able to pull the plug, pull the power, or pull string over like how R-Truth did.
Nah.
And I'm pretty sure Shelton built it as well, like just like R-Truth. But I know R-Truth morale builder, he wasn't there. I
Mm-hmm.
was surprised I didn't see him. Yeah, I didn't see him at all either. I'm surprised. I thought he would have been backstage, but I didn't see him either. But like I said, the power that or the morale that he brings, I'm pretty sure Shelton Benjamin is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But he wouldn't have had to pull like that, like how
Yeah,
R-Truth had.
I think the story came out this week. MVP basically said, they was
Yeah, I
all
read
in
that.
catering and said, hey man, we need to get up out of here. Let's go over to AEW
Yeah,
and continue what
yeah,
what we started. So that's how they.
yeah.
I mean, it's the right
And
choice. You
I
ask
heard
me.
people trying to say about Edge was basically talking about tampering in his promo on Dynamite when he was saying that he was telling FTR when they were all in WWE, we need to go over to AEW. And I saw people online trying to basically call Edge out for tampering and all of that stuff. I was like, I don't know how you want to, how you want to spin it, but if you want to spin it that way, you can.
I mean, Triple H did it. I mean, fair game. Triple H was telling, hey, see if you can get out your contract and come back. He was actually telling people that. And Swerve said, nah, I'm straight. He told Aleister Black that. Aleister Black tried to pull one on him. He's nah, bro. You gonna work this one out.
Yeah, nah. And now he
Nah.
finally getting into us. Aleister Black finally getting into a storyline over there
Yeah.
and on SmackDown. So
Yeah.
I guess it
Are,
worked out for the best for him. I
are,
guess
are you happy with Rusev, what he's doing?
not really. I mean, him and Sheamus been having some good matches, but it
I
is
ain't
ain't
watching
been.
that, man. I don't care about that, man. Man, come on. I ain't watching that, man. He was better as Miro, man. I'm sorry, man.
But now he was better as Rusev Day. Rusev Day was probably the height of it
I mean, that was
when he was
entertaining,
doing his
but
Rusev Day. Yeah,
I
for
like
me
his
that was my height of was Rusev Day.
I like his presentation as Miro, but they were
Right.
saying that he didn't want to lose to nobody. So I mean, you can't do nothing with that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly. And then I'm glad you said that don't want to lose anybody. That was been up until All In, up until she lost to Tony Storm. That had been the rumor
oh, about
that
Mercedes money. Come
for
on,
Mercedes
man.
Moné having creative control. That was
I don't know what
they
it
was
is about
running
her.
wild with that.
I
Yeah.
know what it is because she stood up to the big company and told them no and
Yeah.
walked out on them. So now she's being presented as a big deal. Oh, well, she's running the show.
Yeah.
She's not running the show. So she has creative and all these companies where she has titles at. No,
They
they
want to
want
put the title on
they
her.
want to put
Yeah,
it
so
right.
because her name rings. Yep.
Yeah, like come on, man, come on.
Regardless if you say the former Sasha Banks
Yeah,
or Mercedes Moné, whatever you call it, that's just the popularity that you're gonna get and the notoriety that comes with it. So
yeah.
I get it. But yeah, they were just talking about that. They were blowing that into the atmosphere, just creative control this, creative control that. And then I love how they call Becky Hogan. That jump be having me crying laughing. They call Becky Lynch Becky Hogan.
Well, it's actually
And they said
stories
the other
of
week she
her.
wore that red and yellow.
Yeah, it's actually they got stories of her in the backstage changing things and saying, so that's who y'all need to be pointing your fingers at, man. Like, but you know how that go. You know how that go.
Exactly. You know how that
You
goes.
know how
And
that go.
respectfully, I say this with the utmost respect. The gooning part of me came out and
Oh,
the Bailey cakes are real in real life. Yeah,
oh man,
I saw those. Yeah, the Bailey cakes are real in real life. Yeah,
respectfully.
yeah. Respectfully, now I said with all due respect, it's real. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was real. God, dog. Cause I think she came late. Yeah, cause she walked right through.
Mm,
Cause we was on the other side doing the chairs, and they were already in the ring. The all the battle royal women were in the ring, and she came in and said hello to everybody. And then
mm,
and I remember her asking, "Where's the practice court?" And they told her where it's at. And she's like, "Okay." Then she came back to the ring. I guess
mm,
she dropped her stuff off and then came back into the ring and was seeing what everybody was going
mm.
over. And that was one thing I was really trying to keep up with was how they do the battle royal stuff. And to
Mm-hmm.
my knowledge, when I was watching it, what it seemed like was I don't know who told them who's going to be the last two in it, but it looked like everybody was going over the spots of who was going to eliminate who.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's
And the other,
from what I know. That's how they do it. Everybody
yeah,
got their playing spots. Who's gonna throw them out,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
the last two, I guess they tell them where they want, what they want to do.
yeah, dude. So, and then one thing I also noticed was there's definitely cliques in the female locker room because when they were all sitting out there on the ring, because they were all like pretty much talking and stuff,
Mm,
you could see like the people that knew each other and they were close with each other. They had your groups of like three or four people talking. Then you had your
mm,
other groups of three or four talking. And I remember just Naya, she said, "All right, y'all," she did something, and
mm,
everybody rounded up and stood up, and it looked like she kind of commanded
mm.
to get the thing started. So it was just little tidbits like that that I kind of noticed, and I was just like, huh. But I could definitely see how it clicks your friendship started, who all you cool with, and you notice who really wasn't, because you had people kind of neutral. They were
Mm,
like trying to talk to everybody, and so you could see how that's part of the locker room. I could only imagine how all of that, the real stuff that goes on. But it was just from what I noticed, just sitting there being observant of everything that was going on. So
yeah.
it was pretty interesting tidbit.
Did you watch SmackDown with Cena and Cody this
Yeah,
past
it
week?
looked like they did almost it looked like they almost did a double turn.
That's what they saying Cody Cody turning heel. I mean, he kind of looked
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
Uh,
because why would he? When is the last time we ever see him jump off something and dive on and dive through a table? I don't know the last time I remember seeing something like that. I can't even.
mm, mm, might have
Maybe
been a minute.
AEW when he did it when they came to Atlanta that year and he jumped through that table. That only other time I can think of it.
Oh
I
yeah, he
remember
did
them
that
lighting something
backflip
on
off the top of
fire.
the cage.
Uh huh.
Oh no, he had that
I
match
gotta
with
go back.
Andrade. Where he set the table
Yeah,
on
that's
fire and he did
fire. Yep.
that was right before he left.
Yep. Yep.
Burnt
That's
he
what I was
burnt his
thinking
back all
of.
up. Like, man, what are you doing, man?
Yep. Exactly. That's what I was thinking of. But it is time. I will say it is time for. I ain't gonna say it is time for him to turn heel, but like they always say, the chase sometimes is better than him winning. Because like I said, we waited 2 years for him to the chase of him going in for 2 years, and then he reset the universe, and then it was kind of like and now it's Cena's heel turn wasn't the moment was good. Looking back at it now, the moment was good, but I wouldn't say the whole run has been good as a heel.
Right, right.
So I was there for the moment, and I think that's where you kind of get. I was talking to somebody about that, where they always try to get on to like AEW for booking for the moments. But I was like, WWE has been booking for moments recently
Yeah.
and had to get out of it. Like
Yep.
with Jay winning at WrestleMania, you book for that moment, and then you had to kind of backtrack it and have him lose to Gunther now. And then you had it tempting like Goldberg. People were in the arena really thought Goldberg was walking out with that title.
I thought it
They
was a chant.
really thought.
I thought it was a chant. I,
I
I thought they
was
gonna
like,
show the
ain't
man
no
some. I
way.
thought they gonna show him some kind of respect, but nah, I thought wrong.
Like, I was like, no way. There's no way you're gonna let this man walk out with this title. And there's no way.
I thought he was gonna win and then Seth cashed in. I thought that was what they was gonna do.
Oh, okay. Now I did hear people say that too. People were saying that. That's what they were thinking in the arena. But and especially if some people sit next to me. And I don't know who. Oh, I got the other last story then. I don't know who this one dude was. What match was it? It was in between one of the matches, one of the female matches, and then I guess it might have been that Jordan Grace. Was it a Jordan Grace match? And it was
Mm.
one of them matches though. One dude, he was just yelling out, "We want Vince. We want." I said,
What?
"No, we don't." I
Whoa!
stood up. Yeah, I stood up and was like, "No, we don't.
Wow!
No, we." He's like, "We won't." I said, "Whoa." No. I said, then I kid you not, I forgot who was next to me, but I stood up and because he was sitting like a level below me, and I looked up. I said, "Oh no, we don't." I had everybody laughing too. And I said, "You must want Hulk Hogan then."
Oh
I
man!
said, "He said, yeah, I want Hulk." I said, "That sounds about right. I
Ah!
figure you want Hulk Hogan too." And I had the whole crowd dying laughing. That somebody was like, "We got a show within a show." I was like, "I said that's the beautiful thing about wrestling. You can just come to a
Yeah.
event and just start talking crazy." That's the. But he was really legit talking about some. We want Hogan. I was like, no, we don't. And then
Yeah.
everybody else started
You,
chiming in.
you,
It
you
was
gonna have one or
hilarious.
two of those still sprinkled around every crowd.
Exactly. Exactly. I was
Nah, we
like,
straight on that.
and it was a black dude too. That was the craziest thing. It was a
Really?
black dude. I
Wow.
never, yeah, it was a
Mm.
black dude. I was like, that's when I looked when he said it. At first, I looked up like, wait, oh no, we don't. No, this a brother saying this. Not a brother, huh? That's what it really. So I was like, yeah, you must want Hulk Hogan. He's like, yeah, I want. I was, oh. Then
Oh,
everybody in the crowd said, oh, that joke was so funny.
oh
I had them
man.
jokers laughing in the little one. Shout out to Section 110, man. Shout out to Section 110.
Oh man.
Well, I had everybody laughing that day. But yeah, I was like, ooh, Vince, calm down now. Did you see
Yeah.
what Daniel Cormier said? That Brock is basically on the TKO ban list or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, people want
So
Brock
he
back.
won't be. But yeah, because did you see TJ had posted in the Discord that they were WWE was selling that flannel,
Yeah, I
one
saw
of his
that. Yeah,
flannel
yeah, yeah,
shirts.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now and usually that means if they start selling their merch, they be trying to get them to
Man,
come back.
he
And
gonna end up
then
he gonna end up coming back, man.
yeah, he
He
is.
gonna end up coming back.
TKO gonna pull some loophole and go from there. Because I was trying to explain, because they was like, well, since when has UFC? Because they kept seeing the UFC stuff be promoted too. They was like, since when has WWE and UFC been? I said,
Yeah,
nah, as of recently,
they all
they
under the same umbrella.
TKO.
TKO, they
And I had to
run both of
explain
them.
it. Yeah, yep. And it's like the other little bull riding promotion and
Yeah, yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
little other stuff that they got, like in the
PBR.
boxing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whatever the boxing promotion stuff they got, it's like all of that's under. And I was explaining it to one of my coworkers that yeah, that's all part of the TKO umbrella. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you starting to see all like the UFC promotions
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
they were doing all of that, and I was just like, uh,
Um, we got another show tonight. Slammiversary, TNA, the number 2 wrestling
yep.
organization in the country. There's
Did you
people
see
on.
Jeff Jarrett quote? I meant to send you Jeff Jarrett's quote. I saw that earlier this morning.
What
He
do you
was like,
say?
I don't really know what their end game is. Essentially,
No,
he was just
nobody
like, I don't know
does.
what their end game, yeah, what their end game is. And apparently, whoever running it now, he's saying that they supposed to make an announcement essentially about a TV deal. That's what I was
Yeah,
reading
they said
as
some maybe on
reported.
A&E or Fox or something. I mean,
Yeah, something like
okay.
that, or because they said how Evolve got Tubi and all of that stuff, and so
I
more
mean,
power to him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. More power. AJ Styles is supposed to make an appearance. He ain't wrestling. He gonna make an appearance.
Yeah, yeah.
So
'Cause they did him dirty too when he told that story about how they basically tried to lowball him and
oh
all of
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
come on, man. That
yeah.
man, he said the Hogan and Bischoff of them era
Mm, mm, mm,
basically
mm.
lowballed him when they was with, was it Anthem? Was it they were Anthem, I think it was. I forgot who it was, but
It might have
they
been, yeah.
lowballed them, lowballed him, and so he couldn't do no choice but to go. He tested his name and went over to New Japan, and then they got him to WWE. So
So they're in the UBS arena in New York.
where's that at again? In New
That's in New
York.
York.
Okay.
Where MJF is from. What part of New York is that?
Long Island?
Yeah, that's where they at.
Yeah.
They sold maybe like 7,000 tickets in like a 16,000, 18,000 seat arena. I mean, if another company did that, oh, y'all can only do this, and I don't hear none of that. All I'm hearing, oh man,
Dana Boo the gold purse. Yep.
that's a great number. Oh man, this is good. Like, come on, man. Why can't y'all have the same thing? Come on, man. Whatever. All right.
As I say that the needle gets moved. It always gets moved. So I don't know.
So
But
AEW just did what almost 30,000 in Globe Life Field. Then they went to Chicago in like a bar room. People online. Oh, how you go from 30,000 to 1,200? Oh man, this looks terrible. Like, no, it didn't. It looked good, man. Like, come on, man. Oh man, people are weird, man. Especially
yeah,
by
and that's why I
AEW.
said
I
like
don't get it, man.
yeah, because it's like even with WWE, like we get it, and it is what it is. But they were struggling with Evolution
Yeah,
and Saturday Night Main Event.
yeah.
So They were really struggling. I mean, they ended up
It's
selling
like
out good, but
uh,
them numbers, they were low. They had to drop ticket prices. I watched it.
that
They can
and
buy
a lot
like
of
two
comps.
to
They gave out
48
some.
hours
Yeah, yeah.
and a lot of comp tickets too. And they invite a lot of people. All
Right,
the people that be sitting,
right,
all
right,
of them don't be paying. That was
right.
other. So like I got off the elevator and they were doing like the priority pass people that bought all
Mm-hmm.
the. It was like four people got off the elevator and I was getting on. I said, "Excuse me, I gotta ask." I was like, "How much y'all pay for those?" He's like, one person said I paid 1,200. I said, "Gee."
Mm.
And that was for like to get there early to get the belt. They had like a I dated. They were going to get something else when they got off the elevator, but they got to
Mm-hmm.
go see the ring and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one dude said, "Oh, I only paid 400." I said, "So you must got the." Because they were taking pictures with some. I forgot who was backstage that they could take pictures with too. Because they had to go back there to be able to get their meet and greet. It was part. They was
Mm-hmm.
going to the meet and greet side, and one like I said, one dude said it was 1,200. The other one said he only paid 400. So by all means, if you got it, do it. If I had it, I go. I do it too.
Yeah.
Like you said, I go just cause. Just cause I say I could do it. I do it. But they were struggling with ticket sales.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, they was giving out tickets and they had to really drop prices.
Mm-hmm.
They had to drop them down from what they originally was. Cause they were even Ticketmaster was even do like a 3 ticket combo. Like you buy 3 tickets and get discounted prices. Cause so
Mm-hmm.
let's call it spade. If you're gonna call it from one side, call it
Mm-hmm.
for the other side too
Nah, they ain't
now.
gonna do that.
So
Nope.
well, that's why we here, God dog it. We gonna
They ain't
call
gonna
it
do
down.
that.
We gonna call it down the middle. We gonna call it down the middle.
So
So
so the main
it's like you
event,
said, they get him a pass.
right? The main event tonight is Trick Williams against Joe Hendry and Mike Santana for the TNA
Yeah,
World Title.
I'm trying to find it in the Discord too when
Mike
they where I
Santana probably
talked
gonna win
about
that.
yeah, Dolph had said something about that too. He was just like he gets it, but um it should be. He said, "Oh yeah, here's the quote." He says, "I'm watching out for our locker room to make sure they're not getting stomped over or taken advantage of. That's the aspect of the relationship is very real." Because he was talking about he was commenting on the WWE/NXT talent taking spots from TNA talent
Oh
on their
yeah.
big shows like Slammiversary,
Yep.
and he said his job is to speak up for the TNA talent because
Good.
at the end of the day, you can see more. You'll start seeing more and more NXT people kind of go over and
Good.
especially like you got already now you got a NXT guy with your title, with your heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So
I think they're doing a pre-show. They're gonna have some fourth rope representation.
for those guys, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people are mad at Enzo gonna be on the show. Some people don't like that Enzo gonna
Man, they
be
still
on
don't
the
like him, man.
card.
Dang.
They still don't like him.
What did he do? Like,
I don't know what he did. I didn't never get the backstory on why they didn't like why they don't like Enzo now.
only
I
thing I
don't know.
seen was he had like some allegations on him that turned out not to be true,
Right.
and I mean that's it. And he made
Right.
some people mad in the locker room. I mean that's
Because he always talking, yeah.
yeah.
That's just what he do.
They hate him. Like man, okay.
I see that too. I was noticing. I'm like, dang, what did he do? He must have did something. And then I did see the wasn't it Velveteen Dream supposed to be wrestling Moose in September. They always cancel him
Mm.
too.
Well, he
Yeah. Oh,
needs to
you on
be.
that side? There we go. That's what I
Yeah,
would. I never heard your stance on.
yeah. He got some weird stuff out
on-
there, man. They was trying to make him be he the next greatest thing. No, he ain't. Nah, he ain't. He ain't all that.
yeah,
But yeah,
he
he got
wasn't.
some weird stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
That's a couple of them. Marty Scroll, he done forever, man.
Yep.
He can't never come
Yeah,
back.
they kind of fell off. Yeah, he ain't never heard too much about him.
Yeah, so they be trying to get Moose because he got
I,
a DV allegation.
hmm
They still be trying to throw that in his face, but
I saw that.
yeah, man.
Did you see the Buff Bagwell had to get his leg amputated?
I saw that, but I was trying to figure why. Like, what happened? I think it was
I
from
don't know. I
a
get
car
I don't
accident or something.
something. Yeah, something.
Man, that's phew.
I'm like, yeah, because that was one thing. One of the guys I worked with, because he started seeing like the older guys come in and they all
Mm,
walking with a limp. He's like, man, I know that. I said, that's some. I said, yep, that's some years all in wrestling, man. It take a
yeah,
toll on your body. He said, look at him. He's just walking like everything hurt. I said, because it
it do,
probably do.
it do.
It probably still do hurt.
Yeah, and
Because when Mark
then
Henry was walking, he was walking side to side. DDP and all that was
I seen
DDP
that.
about the only healthiest one. He
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
only healthiest one because he do his DDP yoga. He be
yeah,
trying to get them healthy, but is that everybody else hurting everywhere?
yeah.
Years of hurting. Like I said, Hogan had all them years of back and knee replacements and
He's still
hip
getting worked
replacements.
on. Mm,
Yeah, 'cause he was walking like he hurt too when he came out a while back. But like you said, a lot of them older guys, you can tell. Even Goldberg was walking with a limp. He had
yeah, yeah,
his knee was hurting. That's why he had that big old brace on his knee. It shoot, that jump takes some. It take wear and tear out of your body.
yeah. Wrestling hurt, and a lot of them folks didn't
It
have
do.
insurance, and they ain't really made no
Yup.
big money since the 2000s. So they been, you know,
Yup.
they can't take
Broke.
care
They
of this
been cause
stuff.
they ain't say
Yeah,
their money right. Yep. Cause
yeah,
they ain't say their money right. You right.
yeah.
Even Kevin Nash, he walked hurt too. Them years of being 7 foot, his
Oh yeah,
knees and them hips and back be hurting too.
yeah. I think he had what, a double knee replacement or a hip replacement. He did
Hmm.
something. Yeah, man. Wrestling hurts,
Like
man.
you said, them years, yeah, it does. Take care of that. That's why they say take care of your body. And even like seeing Kevin Owens backstage, you can. And they said he underwent successful neck surgery. So
Yeah,
even
that's
going through
serious. That
that, and it's like that stuff. Yeah, that stuff catch up with you.
I
You
thought
ain't
he had it already.
guaranteed.
He just had it 2 days ago. I thought he had it
That's
when
what
he
I.
went
That's
out.
what I was like.
Man,
Yeah, me
wow.
too. Yep. They said he just now got it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yep, yep. Oh, and a quick AEW news. Now, question. This is what I had. 'Cause I was listening to Meltzer and them talk about this. If you're creative and you hear that a story gets out, do you still go with the story or do you pivot?
Mm, if it's like a major, if it's something that you've been working on for a minute, you got to kind of stay on and do it. If it's like a
Right,
surprise or something that you didn't want to get out, maybe you hold off on it and then do it later on down the
right.
line. Yeah, but yeah, if it's like
Maybe
something
wait
that
a
you've been
week or
working
two.
on,
Yeah,
yeah, you got to go on with it. Yeah,
you gotta go through it.
yeah,
I think. See, for me, I always say I would want to do pivot, but like you said, if you do pivot, then you kind of got to get back to where you started
yeah.
to get back on track, and then sometimes you can get lost trying to get. And I feel like that's what Vince used to do a lot. He would get lost in all of his pivots because he used to go. You'd be like, oh, I
He didn't
think
know
I know
what
what
he
you're
want to
talking
do.
about.
He didn't know what he want to do. He
Yeah,
rewrite the show the day of, man.
exactly. So I think I
Man,
kind of understood
yeah,
the method of the madness of it now, and to to an extent, I kind of get it. Because I used to be on the fence about it. I would always lean towards the pivot, but I do feel like you kind of got to throw like a curve, a little swerve in there, a little bit, just to pivot, just a little bit off, and then kind of get back to your, to your main idea, which is why segueing into which is why I love the Naomi cash in.
mm-hmm.
It was time for a reset on the women's side on Raw because I was tired of seeing Rhea get the belt.
Well, she gonna get it back.
Because
Naomi ain't gonna have that long, man. I told my
see,
homeboy that at work.
you just knock my hopes back down.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
dog.
just being real. Like I said, when Jay won, I said, man, Jay ain't gonna have it. He ain't
Oh,
gonna have
yeah, I
that
knew
long.
Jay. That Jay was different. Yeah, he wasn't gonna be no long term champion. I kind of do that, but I was just
I thought he was gonna
excited
have it until at
for
least SummerSlam, but they said, nah.
right. Yeah, they didn't give him a month, maybe a month and some weeks. A little that was about it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he lost it before Money in the Bank.
Rhea, she gonna have that back.
Yeah,
And then who is Stephanie? Who she going after? Did she got a pick
she
or?
has. No, I think she got Naomi. I don't forgot because I thought it was Tiffy versus Jade at SummerSlam, and
I
then
know they got the clash in Paris. That's where Stephanie's getting her
that's
shot at.
where I think that's where she wrestles Naomi. I
Oh,
think
okay, okay,
because
okay,
she's
okay.
technically on Raw, so
But shoot, Stephanie might she might
Yeah.
win it, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's who I really think is gonna get it. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
gonna be like the next program. But that's why I was ready for like a
Oh,
fresh start
right, right,
because
right.
it needed
Some new
a new
faces.
face on that
Yeah,
side, on that
yeah.
division, on just on their their side because
Hmm.
you had everybody else on doing what they're doing because like you said on SmackDown they got essentially Charlotte turning face and
Yeah, I
you
seen that.
had
Yeah, she in the
on
tag
Raw
team with
you got Raw
yeah.
with Alexa Bliss and then on Raw you have the Becky Bailey of what's her name Lyra
Valkyria.
Valkyria. They got their own little thing
Hmm.
going. They had their little program with all them three getting inserted into it, and then because they never came up to the title picture, and then you had Io there with Rhea. And I was just like, all right, because Rhea never pinned Io, and I
Hmm.
guess that's they're gonna work on all of that. But having them insert her on that side, having them insert Naomi on that side, it was fun. Did you see the tweet she said? Because Drew, I guess Drew said somebody asked Drew, what advice would you give somebody new getting into the business? He was
Oh,
like,
change the name to Fatu.
become
Yeah.
change it for Fatu, and then she said, "Yep, that's why I changed my name to
I mean, he ain't lying.
Fatu." He ain't
He ain't
lying.
lying.
I remember saying it to Blue in the face because somebody said, "I'd rather be in the Heart." No, I would rather be in the Samoan family. As you can see,
Yep.
this look how I got them.
Yep.
Look at where it's got them at.
Yep.
And they still picking up family members, and it's still more family members that they can pick up to add to all of this
Yeah, it was
to insert.
Zilla and who else?
The sisters, they ain't even got on the sister side. All them other girls on that side, they can really tap into.
Oh, there's some more sisters. Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah, some more sisters that they can get to. That's on Solo and them side and
Mm.
on Nia and them side that they can get to. Because I saw them, they were saying that they're training and all of that stuff. Because they all be backstage taking pictures and stuff. So
Hmm.
it's blood. And then I saw Rikishi talking about some. If they go back to the original bloodline, I could be like the true Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he
And
want to come
I said, man,
back.
sit your behind down somewhere. Golly. And then this is my last rant. This is my last rant I got. Man, Jonathan Coachman, what sources do you have, boy? Because you be wrong.
He another
Boy,
weirdo,
you
man.
be wrong.
Weirdo, man.
You be wrong.
I don't know what's wrong with
He
these
be
guys,
wrong
man.
too. He be wrong too.
He
And
just be
then
saying
the
stuff,
other
man.
one, did you just be saying stuff? I'll be like, I understand you got a platform now. I get it. And what was crazy, I did see that clip. I saw that clip of Bubba Ray and the other dude that they got their show actually giving AEW credit. I said, "Oh wow,
Oh,
did they
really? Oh,
really
I missed
actually?"
that one.
Yeah, they were talking about the Hangman match and the psychology of the fork and all of that stuff, the fork
Oh,
spots and all of that stuff.
uh,
I said, "What? Bubba Ray giving AEW credit? Uh
oh,
oh."
yeah, I missed that one.
Hell, I need to go play the lottery. I said,
Yeah,
I need to go play the lottery because hell done froze over.
yeah, I missed that one.
I was surprised. And then did you see recently Daniel Bryan quote or Bryan Danielson's quote?
Oh, did they contacted him about doing the yes thing? He did it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the and then the one where he
How do you
said that
trademark?
WWE is
Yes.
too you can't trademark a dance move. They already said that. That's not gonna hold up in court because you can't patent that or any of that. The name, yeah, but you can't the actual dancing move or
Mm-hmm.
the actual movement. You can't
Mm-hmm.
trademark any of that because it's basically you know not even something that you could like say is copywritten. So I don't know why they pulling that stunt. But the other one, what was it? I gotta find it. Where they were talking about Daniel Bryan had said something about, or Bryan Danielson had said something about WWE being too comical
He said that.
for
Yeah, it's a parody of
a
wrestling. He said
parody
that a
of
long time ago. Yeah,
yeah,
he's always yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he ain't wrong. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, he said that years ago. Well, you know, he's
yeah. And so he said it recently again, I guess, that they bringing back the quote.
yeah.
It either resurfaced back up again, but like I get what he's saying, but
Mm-hmm.
that's because WWE got the big head. You know, everybody interpret it how they want to interpret it, but
Yeah, they're
um,
entertainment. They say that. They say we're not
yeah,
wrestling.
they
We're
always
sports
say that. They say
entertainment.
we're not
Yeah.
wrestling. Yeah, we're
Mm.
sports entertainment. We're bigger than. Now it's before Vince, sold his stake. They
Mm-hmm.
had already moved into what's the name? Um, they moved into that, sports entertainment world. So that's why we got the net. Michael Cole bragged. That's why we got the Netflix deal because
Mm.
we're bigger than wrestling. We're an entertainment brand and this, that, and the third. So even when you say it like that, it just makes it feels like it's not, professional wrestling. But people like it. People like it how they want to like it. It is. It is. I always say this too. When I see all the fans, I guess today's, I won't say today's generational fans, but I will say that not our generation. We pretty well. I know you were the late '80s. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
Our tale of wrestling. It's funny how you see more wrestling fans now,
Mm-hmm.
or I won't even say wrestling fans. I'll really just say WWE fans
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of them really don't know anything outside of it, and they just
Mm-hmm.
hold WWE as the
Mm-hmm.
hostile gospel of professional wrestling. But like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's just how you intake your wrestling.
No.
And I used to be. And I say it. I was team WCW. Then WWE beat them out. I was WWE, and then I was brainwashed a lot of it. And I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could have went back. And now I could do it now with with YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like them early 2000s, I really wish I would have been on Ring of Honor more
Mm-hmm.
than I should have. I
Yeah.
like going back and watch it now. And then same with New Japan when Cody and them, because I was partially
Oh, that was a
brainwashed
great.
thinking
Oh
WWE,
man, that was a
like
great
Cody and them.
time.
And then before he even got over there, but BTE, I used to always watch that though. That's what kind of kept the
Mm-hmm.
segue was I'd always watch BTE. And I do miss the BTE. I wish I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. I
That
wish
was
they
a
bring
great
back the
show. A
original.
great show,
Yeah, that
man.
was some good stuff. I used to be watching that every Tuesday morning. I used to love watching that junk,
That was a
man.
great show, man.
Um, it was, but like I learned to kind of watch a little bit more than what I was. I was so it had to be this, and this, and then you kind of miss out on the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now I can go back in which I've done and I can be a clear head. That's why I love, AEW a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I always watch WWE, always, rock with WWE, but now I'm allowed to watch more
Mm-hmm.
than one, more than one type deal. And I wish New Japan was a little bit better than it is now. I can't, I try to get into it, but it just be,
I can
I
see
miss
it.
when like Okada and all of them guys was
Yeah,
over
they
here
lost a
and
lot of people. I can see
yeah,
that.
they did. Yeah.
They
The
got
only one I
Zay.
really keep up with over there is Xavier Jr. I was about to say that's the only one I keep up with
He's the
is
champion,
him
so
over there. Yeah,
I know Forbidden Door coming up.
yeah.
I
What
wonder
they
what
gonna do with that?
yeah, yeah. 'Cause,
Yep, yep.
I know Osprey, he got to come back for that. So he probably gonna be out until Forbidden Door
What's
probably.
that? Is
That's
that September or August?
it's in August.
It's August. Okay.
Then they got All Out in Toronto in September.
So that's right.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
All right. Till next week.
Yes, sir. Peace.